Good. So this session will go onto my VB Pilates at Home page. Okie dokie. So coming to our mat, let's just do a little bit of mobility to warm up this morning. So feet underneath the hips, shoulders nice and relaxed. If you're feeling like the shoulders are coming up towards the ears this morning, let's just do a breath exercise to soften the shoulders. So hands by your side, let's breathe in to shrug the shoulders up. Let's just breathe out and shake and get rid of that tension. So you can shake out through the hands as well. 5 more. Gosh, I really am blending into that background. Whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to pop on my little top because I think it might make my movement a little bit clearer. So a couple more of those shoulder shrugs and shakeouts for you. There we go. That's it. One more. And then 2 times, we're just going to turn the palms up and take a nice steady breath in as we lift and look up, and our breath out as we lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Feel that length through the side of the body and exhaling down. Good. Couple of shoulder rolls there, just with the arms by your side. And then let's take the hands onto the top of the shoulders and circle, leading with the elbows as well. I'm doing a little bend as well as I bring my arms down. That just naturally happens. One more, and then let's take gently full arm circles. So just go with this to whatever feels good for your body this morning. Oh, one more. This time you're going to keep your arms out to the side. Correct those shoulder blades, draw them down your back, palms facing, soften those knees. Breathing in. As we breathe out, we're just going to tilt to one side, look down to the arm, and we're going to reach up with that top arm and reach down with the lower arm, keeping supported in the core. Breathe twice there, or 2 circuits of breath. Final exhale, come up through the middle. Inhale in the center, exhale over to the other side. Pause there, keep the belly button drawn in. Support through the core in that side bend. Take a nice breath. One more, come back. Okay, from here, we're going to round the shoulders forwards and we're going to take a little upper body curve as we internally rotate the shoulder girdle. And then we're going to come up to straight legs, open the hands towards the ceiling, lift the chest and the eye line and create that stretch. So we're just going to round forwards on the inhale as we soften the knees and exhale, look up. 3 more. Inhale, round forward, soften. And exhale, look up. Good. 2 more. Inhale. So we're just soft knee bend. Exhale, come up. 1 more time. Inhaling there. And exhale, come up. Good. Release our arms down by the body. Let's tilt ear to shoulder. Taking the hand on the same side over onto the side of the head. Opposite shoulders reaching down to slide that hand down towards the opposite knee. Taking a couple of breaths, opening between the ear and the shoulder to stretch the neck. Couple of shoulder rolls in the middle and then go over to that other side. So ear to shoulder stretch, coming up with the arm and the hand, just creating a little bit of gentle pressure. Opposite shoulder stays down. Couple of breaths and coming in and lower those arms. Okay, just give that little body a little bit of a shake. Okie dokie, couple of standing rotations, just taking the arms out to the side again, palms down, scapula down, drawn into the spine, soft knees. Inhaling in the center, exhale, let's just rotate to one side. Following with your eye line in your head, inhale, come back to the center, exhale the other way. Okay, so this is just a nice warm up, so we're not spending too much time in that rotation. If it's too much stress on the shoulders this morning, just take the hands across the chest. But what we're trying to do is keep the feet, the knees and the hips facing forwards as our upper body, our head and our neck rotates. So 1 more time either way. Inhale, center, and exhale, rotate. Good, and come to the center and release down. Okay, small ankle circles just to warm up. So stand on one leg, make sure that weight's pulled up through the spine, second leg out in front. When you're balanced, lift the leg and just take a couple of ankle circles either way. That's it, nice and fluidly there, growing tall through that imaginary piece of string through the crown of the head, lower down, and let's take the second leg out. Are you as balanced on this side? Soften those shoulders, lift the leg, and just take those foot and ankle circles. So just mobilizing this morning before we do our squat and lunge work. Lower the feet down, stand a little bit wider, still in parallel, feet, knees and hips facing forwards. Bend both of your knees. Take the weight over to one side and lift off the other heel and just create that stretch. And then just go over to the other side. And we're just going to alternate there for 10 and 9 and 8. Still think about your core drawing in, shoulders staying down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, bring those feet back underneath the hips. Okay, just going to take 5 rises, nice and plain, imagining we've got that block or that ball between our ankles and our knees. So hands on the hips or out to the side, shoulders soft. We're going to inhale to lift those heels off, squeeze the inner thighs, the inner ankles, and exhale, lower down slowly. 2, inhale, lift up and lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, slowly lower. And again, 3, inhale, squeeze inner ankles, use that midline of the body. That's it, grip with that core. Draw the ribs and the hips closer together. Keep the shoulders soft. One more time. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Okay, stand to one side of your mat and bring both legs together. Okay, this is one we've done in our classes many times before, but not so much on Zoom lately. So we're going to step to the side as our arms come out parallel in front. We're going to transfer to that leg as we lift off the second leg, so just a gentle single leg lift. And then we step onto it and out, transfer the weight, and we lift. Okay, let's do 8 more. So we step to the side, we exhale on the lift, we grow tall in the spine, we balance. Inhale, step to the side, transfer the weight, exhale, lift. That's it. So try and get that little moment of balance before you transfer the weight again. That's it. 5 more. So nice and fluid, moving through these. Inhale, try and get that coordination. So as you step out, arms in front, as you bring the leg up, arms down. It's a little bit of a brain teaser. That's it. 2 more. Okay, oh, a couple of people losing their balance there and lower down. Okay, relax for a second. We're going to add a little bit more onto there. We're going to step out again. We're going to come to our lift, but we're going to bring our hands to our hips. Then we're going to add an extension and a flexion of that knee. Okay, if you don't want to add that extension and flexion, just keep to the leg lift as we did before. Okay, so we're going to do 10 more when you're ready, but adding the extension and flexion of the knee as we're balanced. Don't try and lift that leg too high. Don't make that the purpose. Make the purpose of growing tall in the spine and staying connected in that core. Okay, so you could keep the leg really, really low. If you know you want to work that quad a little bit higher, take the leg a little bit higher and see how that feels. Excuse my clicky knees. That's okay, but you no need to bring that leg to 90. Always just keep it down. That's it, good. 1 more time. How balanced are we this morning, or how unbalanced are we? That's it, good. And just lower down. Okay, squat time. Okay, so we're standing a little bit wider than hip width. If you feel a bit more comfortable with a little bit of rotation out to the side with those hips, knees and toes, stand slightly turned out. Otherwise, remain parallel. Arms by your side. Okay, if I face to the side, we're going to take on the inhale, we're going to hinge the hips and sit back into that imaginary chair, keeping the chest lifted, shoulders down, and then we're going to exhale, and it's our legs, our heels particularly, that drive through the floor as we squeeze our bottom. So we inhale to hinge and sit back. Exhale, keep the core engaged, drive through those legs to come to straight legs with a little bum squeeze at the end. Okay, 6 more. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, push through the floor. And 5, inhale back. Exhale. When you're going down, don't look between your feet, just look slightly to the floor but ahead of you, so we keep that nice straight cervical spine. 2 more. Inhale down, exhale, press. So it's really driving through those heels on the way up. And exhale, press. Okay, this time we're going to add that transfer of weight and the leg lift in between. So we go from a squat to one leg lift, hold, and remain back down to the central squat and then over to the other side. Okay, we're going to go for 10 of those. So start in the center, weight even through the legs. Inhale, sitting back. Exhale, as we come up, drive through one heel to lift the other leg. Moment of balance. Replace the leg, come through the central squat and then transfer and lift to the other side. Okay, even my balance is quite off this morning, so don't worry if you're having a few wobbles or a few corrections or putting those legs down where you wouldn't usually. Just make sure that whatever direction your feet are going in, your knees are going with them. They're not rolling in. Okay, so that's what we don't want. We want that stability of the legs. So as you come into the squat, drive through little toes and the outside edge and the heels to stop those knees rolling in. Good. 3, 2, and the last one. Good. And lower down. Okay, little shake out. Let's just do some hip circles. So wherever you are, stand a little bit wider and just take those nice hip rotations round, keeping the knees slightly bent. Don't lock out through your knees, and then go the other way. That's it. So just mobilizing out through the hips as well. Good. 2 more this way. And 1 more. Okay, split squat time, nice and plain to begin with. We're going to take 1 foot forward, so I'm going to take my right leg forward and my left leg back. Okay, make sure you're not stood on the same track. Make sure those legs are hip width at least when you come into that split squat. Lift off the back heel so that your weight comes slightly forwards, and then correct the weight so you're through both legs. Hands on the hips. Okay, widen that stance if you need to, if you don't feel comfortable. Shoulders down. In the inhale, we're going to soften to bend both knees. And the exhale, we're going to drive through, particularly that front heel to come up. So we're inhaling down and exhale, we're pushing up. Try not to lean into it. If you're leaning with that body forwards, keep your body upright and go down in the center so both legs are working, and exhale up. Can you feel that? Watch those knees are not rolling in. Okay, knees over toes and come up. 2 more. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Maybe keep it really shallow if those knees or anything's bothering, and make sure we're supported with that nice engaged core. 1 more. And step that leg in, give those legs a little shake if you need to. Okay, so functional work, strengthening those legs and balance at the same time. Leg change, so the other leg backwards. So split squat again. Weight forwards to lift the heel, and then just correct that weight so we're even through both legs. Hands on the hips, shoulders soft, inhaling to soften, exhale to push up. Okay, really be aware of your shoulders and your neck alignment right now. So sometimes when we struggle in the lower body, we tend to look up as if we're sort of reaching or dive down. So just make sure that the eye line is straight ahead and we're nice and tall from the crown of the head. I'm just going to watch for 4 more. Just take those. That's it. So just watch that we're not leaning forwards. Keep the weight even on both legs as you're going down, and then exhaling to push back up again. Good. 1 last time, and then just relax for a second. That's it. Okay, so we're taking that split squat this time. With the arms out to the side, we're going down, and then as we drive up through the front heel, we're lifting the back leg forwards to a lift. Then we replace it back and we soften into it again. So we're going lunge squat to leg lift. Okay, if that's too much, just stick to your lunge squat. Do another set of 10 gentle lunge squats. Otherwise, we're lifting that back leg through for that moment of balance, controlling it backwards again, which is the hard bit, back into that lunge squat. Watch the alignment of those knees. And also just watch that the upper body's not folding to the side as you're taking. So really try and anchor with that core to keep those legs stable. 2 more. Woo! It's like standing Pilates all over again. Saturdays. 1 more. And then relax, okay? Give yourself a shake out if you need to. Maybe a little hip circle. Anything that feels nice just to kind of soften off. And then switch legs again. Arms out to the side, back heel lifted, weight even on those legs. Inhaling to bend, hips, knees in line, exhale to bring that leg through. Now you'll probably find one side, you feel a lot more secure doing this. So we tend to have naturally a stability leg and a mobility leg. So I know on this side straight away, my left leg is much more comfortable being the one that stabilizes me. Okay, go slow. If in doubt, slow your movement down. Let's do 4 more. Inhaling as you step back, exhaling as you drive through that front heel, and draw the leg through. Good. Okay, one more. And then relax. And I promise you, we've only got one more variation. Okay, then we'll do a nice little stretch or two. So the next variation, we're in a split squat again, but we're not going to go as deep this time. We're just going to go a micro split squat. We're then going to take the arms out to the side with the palms facing forwards. Okay. We're going to rotate to the side, return back, and then we're going to reach over to the side with both arms together and then return out. So we're in our split squat. Okay, so one leg forwards, one leg behind. Get yourself into that split squat, weight even on the legs, so I'll face the side. Arms out to the side, so whichever leg you have in front of you, you're going to twist towards that leg. So you twist into rotation. You're going to come back to the center, maintaining the split squat, and then take a side bend towards that front leg with both arms up, and then return out. And we're going to do that 6 times. We go rotate, we return to center, we reach up, and we return out. Good. 4. Exhaling on the side bend, inhale every time you come to center. So we exhale, rotate. 3. This is too much on the legs. You can always come up to straight legs and do this same sequence from straight legs and a slightly narrower stance. Okay, otherwise there's 3 more of those. And if you want to challenge yourselves, go deeper into that split squat. 2. That's it. Inhale, center, exhale, side bend. Inhale, one more time this side. Really use that core to keep the stability. Any shaking in the legs, that's normal. And come up. Good. Oh, I think I might have to remove this top again, getting a little bit of a sweat on. Next side. So switch those legs. You want to stay up on straight legs, narrow the stance, stay on straight legs without locked knees. Otherwise, take yourself into a split squat that you're comfortable with. Weight in the center, remember, don't lean forwards, arms out. Whichever leg is forwards, you're going to rotate towards that leg to bring that rotation in. You're then going to come back to center, then you're going to bend towards that front leg with the arm up to get that nice side stretch. So exhale over that front leg, inhale, return. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, return. And again, exhale. Inhale, return. 3 more. In your own time. Don't worry if you're a little bit slower or a little bit quicker than me. Just do it in the time that's right for you. Remembering to breathe. So if you're on straight legs, you're still working that upper body. Really thinking about that core and lengthening through the side. One more time, everyone. Inhale, exhale, side bend. Good, and open out. Okay, relax if you haven't relaxed already. Okay, couple of stretches. I'm just gonna face parallel. So soften both knees with the legs apart. We're gonna take one heel forwards. Okay, hands on the hips. We're just gonna think of going up and forwards with the body and sticking our bottom out with a little bit of an anterior tilt of the pelvis, just to see if we get that stretch up through the hamstring on that front leg. Okay, so just hold that for a moment, breathing, keeping the upper body lifted and the eye line straight out ahead of you. Soften those shoulders, bring that leg in and go on the other side. So soften both knees first, take the other heel forwards, hinge from the hips, stick out your bottom, tilt the pelvis forwards, keep the chest lifted, shoulders soft, and breathe there. That's it. Good, another nice deep breath in and out. And bring the legs in. Okay, first leg that you use, take that forward. Stand a bit wider again. Split squat stance, but we're not doing a split squat, don't worry. Hands on the hips. We're going to bend into the front leg gently and slowly, but keep that back heel down if you can. Okay, if you need to come to a wall to do this, come to a wall, bend the front leg and try and keep that back leg straight with the heel down, but very, very gently. Okay, just take a couple of breaths, hopefully feeling a stretch right up through the tendons in the ankle and the foot coming into the leg and the hamstring. And step in and go on the other side. So second leg back, bending the front leg, but keeping that back heel down, parallel alignment of those legs. Again, coming to the wall if you need to, I'm feeling that stretch up through the back of the heel, the Achilles area of the calf, and the hamstring. Shoulders soft, breathe. And relax, back in. Lovely. Okie dokie. Let's come to the end of our mat, ready to roll down. We're going to roll down into shoulder taps and open outs. So 2 variations, level 1s. After your roll down, you'll stay in 4-point. You'll take 1 shoulder tap. That arm will then rotate you out. It will then tap back and then tap down before you go on the second side. Level 2s and 3s, you will do this from a 3/4 plank so that the core is nice and engaged. And we're going to do 8 and then roll back up again. Okay, so standing at the end of your mat, hip width. Inhale, lift the chin. Let's roll down slowly. First roll down of the day. Really take that time to curl and roll down. Remember, this is equally as important as the core exercise, so roll down. If you want to keep it a little bit more gentle, stay in 4-point, otherwise walk those hands further forwards, a little bit wider, and bring your bottom down and in line, tuck the tummy up. Start with the right hand, tap it across, then open it up so we rotate to the right, tap it back to the shoulder and return down, and go on the left, left across to right. Then we open out, then we tap back, and we go down. Okay, and 7. That's it, good, 6. That's it, taking this slower if you need to, especially into those rotations, just be mindful of your shoulder. 4. So we want really even hips, even though the upper body is moving and rotating, keep your hip bones facing down to the mat. Breathe, 2. And the last one, we're going to sit back into child's pose, so come through, 4-point, open those knees, sit the weight back and just soften forwards for a moment, take a couple of breaths. Good, okay, coming back up to 4-point, we're going to do a slight variation on child's pose now. What I want you to do is walk the hands forward first and out to the diagonals. And then all I want you to do is sink the hips. Instead of going back to the heels, go up towards the ceiling so that you come into sort of a puppy pose with the body. Palms are down, head's down. And this is now, so your bottom is not touching your heels, you've got that gap. And I want you to feel that stretch all through under the armpit, the arms and the chest. So the arms are out to the diagonals of your mat. Palms down, and you just hinge the hips back and lower the chest down and the head down. So hopefully you're feeling that open up really underneath those shoulders, through the front of the chest and the arms. So you're not sitting completely back to your heels. Think of lowering your chest through your arms and down. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Okay, and then come up to seated. Okay, leg pull prone. By the way, if you need to come off those wrists, you can always come to fists and come onto the knuckles as well. You don't have to be on a flat hand for these next ones. Okay, so if that does bother you, come to a fist position and pop those hands underneath the shoulders instead of being flat. So leg pull prone. From your 4-point kneeling position, keeping the neutral spine of the back, we're going to extend the right leg out, okay? Don't let when you extend the hip to rotate. Keep both hip bones facing down to the mat. Shoulder blades down your back, neck nice and long, so we're looking ahead of the mat. On the exhale, we're just going to lift that leg behind and inhale, tap it. But what I don't want you to do is let that leg lift affect the core. So don't let this happen if you watch me. Don't let that arch happen. You're keeping everything straight. Okay, so the leg is lifting, but nothing's changing in that mid region. Let's do 5 more. So it's a straight leg lift behind, more about the length of that leg than the height. Shoulders away from ears. 2 and 1. Good, okay. Stay there, we're gonna lift the leg, and this time we're gonna take the opposite arm out in front if you can, otherwise keep 2 down. We're gonna bring elbow and knee in as we tuck into a ball, and then we're gonna stay with the leg and the arm lifted, and we're gonna extend back out again. We're gonna tuck into a ball, draw everything in, and then extend back out again. And we're gonna do 6 more. Okay, so we're tucking into a nice C-shaped curvature of the spine, and then we're extending into neutral spine, and hips and shoulders still facing your mat. Inhale there, exhale tuck. Inhale, exhale lengthen. 2 more, and you might feel this on the supporting glute as well. On the leg that you're leaning on, try not to rotate to that side. This is a tough one. Lower down and just sit back to child's pose for a second. Okay, just soften down, relax off for a moment. If child's pose doesn't work for you, maybe just sit up for a minute. Just take a couple of shoulder rolls. And we'll go on that second side. So coming back to a 4-point kneeling position. Flat hands or fists. Going to take the left leg behind. Keep the hips parallel, so both hip bones facing down to the mat, as are the shoulders. On the exhale, we're lifting that leg, but we're not letting the hip rotate. So don't think about the height of that leg lift. Think about the length. So you can really feel it in that back bottom muscle, your glute max, as we're taking that hip into extension. Again, don't let the arch of the back happen, so keep the neutral spine and the navel in towards the spine for that core engagement, shoulders down your back. 3 more. So exhale on the lift, inhale on the lower. 1 more. Good, and then we're going to lift that leg, we're going to lift off the front arm, stay connected, breathe in as we exhale, curl into a ball, knee to chest, elbow in, and then inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, hold that tuck, exhale, extend back out, balance and hold. Okay, so make sure as you're folding in and out, the position of your hips and your shoulders is not changing. Let's go for 5 more. That's it. If you need to pop both hands down so you've got that stability of both hands, please feel free to have both hands down. That's it. And are you more stable on one side than you are the other? Okay, again, a little break from that one. The last thing in 4-point, just sit back towards the heels a second. Okay, just take a couple of shoulder rolls. 1 more variation. We're going to come to that position we've just come from, our swimmer, 1 arm in front, 1 arm behind, and we're going to circle both the arm and leg 8 outwards to in and 8 in to out. Okay, so 4-point. Let's take the right leg back into that lift, that lengthened lift. Opposite left arm forwards. And we're circling both arm and leg, small circles outwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in for 8, 7. Try and get that coordination. Small circles so you can really feel that posterior chain working. 3, 2, 1, and fold in. Again, just come off that last thing, I promise. Maybe just do a couple of nice arm lifts and lowers. Last one. Left leg out this time. Lift that lovely swimming position, neutral pelvis. Okay, opposite arm out in front. 8, 7. Circling small circles, keeping a neutral spine, firm core, and long through the arm and the leg, shoulders away from ears. 1, circle in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't lock out the opposite elbow. 3, 2, 1, and come in. Oh, getting hot. And sit back towards those heels. Release down to child's pose again. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths. Ooh, good. Okay, rolling up through the spine. Oh. Let's just do a bit of an anti-flexion exercise just to open out through the chest. So come to seated, knees bent, feet hip width. And we're just going to take the arms behind us with the fingertips facing behind. So 1 arm, 2 arms, and then we're just going to engage our core but lift our chest through our shoulders up towards the ceiling, but keep the eye line forwards. Don't throw the head back. Keep the eye line just slightly forwards and up ahead of you, and we're just lifting that chest to feel that stretch through the arms, but we're supporting through the core. That's it. And then come up to seated, soften the legs out in front of you and just do a gentle forwards fold, any forwards fold over the body, and just soften and relax the head for a couple of breaths. And then roll back up again. Okay, side lying work. So if you have a yoga block, you might want to grab a chunky yoga block or a book or a cushion maybe to pop underneath your lower hand in a moment. Okay, these first exercises, the mobility ones, can be done in a high kneeling position if you need to. Otherwise, parallel, we're going to place one leg out to the side. I'm going with my right leg out to the side, so I don't know whether you just want to go with the same leg as me, just for ease. Okay, then we're going to take the arms out, palms facing forwards. We're going to inhale here. As we take an exhale, we're going to take a side bend. Inhale, we're going to return to center. Then an exhale, we're going to curve forwards. Bring the fingertips forwards into a scoop. And then inhale up. Let's do that 3 more times. Exhale, side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, return. Exhale, side bend. As you're side bending, don't think about just going to the side. Think of going up and then to the side. So we're not collapsing in that underneath rib cage. That's it. So we're really using that core and those obliques. Inhale, exhale, fold. Good, and coming up from there. Okie dokie. So keep the leg there. We're going to take the hand down to either the mat or the block. So whether you need to have it on the side or the top or down to the mat, wherever you're comfortable. Okay, or you could come flat, like I said earlier. Hips, knees and toes are facing forwards. Top hand is on the hips. Okay, we're going to lengthen that leg as much as we can on the exhale. We're going to lift the leg, inhale, we're going to tap it down. Now it's a tiny lift. If this is too strong for either of your hips, do please come down to a sideline position here or on a flat arm. Okay, otherwise we're going to do 5 more. Really lengthen out of the hips with the body and long with that leg that's lifting. You're keeping the knee and the toes facing forward so you're not opening into external rotation. Now we're going to stay lifted. We're going to flex the foot and we're going to circle the leg back for 8, 7, 6. Stay lifted in this underneath side. Push through the heel of that lifted side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay with it long. Fight the urge. And we're going to fold in. And then we're going to exhale and push away. Inhale, fold in. Exhale, push. So any of these can be done on a forearm or a flat arm. Fold in, push away. Push through that heel so you get a really long leg. Okay, 3 more. That's it. Folding in on the inhale, exhale on the push. So we should feel this glute here, but also your supporting glute and lower down. Okay, relax in the center. Oh. Quick little center exercise between the 2 sides. Sit back onto your bottom. And keeping the elbows bent, take the hands down to the mat, just slightly behind the hips with the fingers facing towards your feet. Soft shoulders away from the ears, looking straight ahead. Okay, we're going to take a tricep dip, elbows down into a bend and back up again. And then we're going to follow that tricep dip with an engagement of the core. We're going to lift the hips. And then we're going to lower the hips and take a tricep dip again. Return up, keep the elbows soft, squeeze the core as we exhale and lift the hips. Inhale down, exhale tricep dip. Inhale center, exhale push through both feet, lift those hips. Doesn't have to be a high lift. Exhale tricep dip. If it's too much taking the hip lifts, stick to your tricep dips. 4 more. So we're going hip lift through, inhale down, exhale back. If it's too much on those shoulders or those arms, please just stick to tricep dips or come to another variation that you can do just for these last 2 reps. Good. So this is just something to counter the side exercises. That's it. Come up, open those legs out, feet together, knees and hips open, and just soften forwards. Okay, breathing there for a couple of nice deep breaths in and out through the nose, out through the mouth. That's it. Let's roll up and let's prepare for those side exercises on our other side. So starting in a high kneeling position, if you need to, move your block to the other side. Okay, and take the left leg out this time. Foot's planted. Toes, knees and hips facing forwards, arms out to the side, palms facing, shoulders down your back. Inhaling there. On the exhale, we take a side bend, but we think of going up and over with the body so we don't collapse. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, we take a forward scoop. Really draw the tummy in. C-shaped curve. Inhale out. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale. So I'm not actually taking that bottom hand down to the mat there. I'm keeping it here. I'm exhaling, but I'm hovering. I'm going up and over with my side body to lengthen. Taking these slowly, so hopefully you can feel those obliques having to work to support that side bend. Take the range of movement a little bit smaller if anything is hurting in the lower back, and just remember to really engage the core, zip between ribs and hips to support that side bend. Last one. Okay, and release those arms down. Okay, coming to flat, coming to forearm, or coming here, hand down to the mat or to the block. Opposite hand on the hip, maintain that parallel alignment. And we're going to exhale, lengthen and lift that upper leg. Inhale, tap it. So this one is, make sure it's not going any higher than hip width. We're just lengthening that leg and tapping it back. Stay pulled out of the underneath rib cage, shoulders soft away from the ears. So if you've gone here, lower those shoulders down, lengthen that neck. 3 more, 3 and 2. 1, you're going to pause here, just a little lift, remember. Flex that foot, push through the heel, keep the alignment of the leg, keep lifted through that underneath side and circle back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, slow, 3, 2, 1, pause there. On the inhale, draw the knee in, tuck forwards, exhale, shoot away. Lengthen the leg, inhale, tuck, exhale away. So you might feel it on that underneath glute as well, supporting that sideline position. If this is all too strong, remember that you can always come down to a flat arm even. So do whatever variation you need to do for 4 more. Pushing through that heel so that we're not grouping up in that hip. Okay, and we're really lengthening. Push through the heel to feel that leg lengthen. 2 more. Last time. Good. Lower down. Oh, come back up. Pop your block to one side. And let's sit down and bring our legs forwards. Okay. From a seated position, you can sit on your block or your cushion if you find this easier for this next stretch. We're just going to do a gentle hip opener. So we're going to sit cross-legged. We're going to bring one leg a little bit further in towards the groin, and the other leg is going to be a little bit further away. So hopefully you can see that. If I face diagonal, you can see that I brought my right leg a little bit further in, but my left leg is staying a little bit further away. Okay? I'm going to sit up nice and tall. So sit on your block if it helps you. I'm going to go up and over, and as I exhale, I'm going to fold my upper body forwards and bring my hands down in front, and then I'm going to relax my head towards my shin. Okay, so you're folding into that stretch, and we want to feel the stretch through the side and through the upper leg that's further forwards, maybe even into the hip. Breathe there, relax, keep the head soft, the shoulders soft. Couple of nice deep breaths, and then we're going to fold up and switch legs. So we're going to fold up. We're going to switch our legs now. So I'm going to draw the left leg a little bit further in. Right leg, it's like a lazy cross-legged position. Right leg's a bit further ahead. Okay, but the foot in front is still in line with my heel on the inner leg. Okay, sit nice and tall, inhale. As we exhale, I'm softly folding over and down. Just really be mindful of knees. If knees are feeling a bit crunchy or a bit sore, just extend that leg a little bit further out. That's it. And breathe. Feeling that stretch, possibly through the other side now we've switched legs. Breathe into any areas that are tight. Inhale and expand those areas. Exhale to soften one more time. Okay, we're going to take a lying glute stretch now. So we're going to roll down onto our back through the spine. We're going to cross our right leg over our left knee, or our right ankle, should I say, over our left knee. We're going to keep the hips square to the ceiling. We're going to open that right knee out to the side. We're going to hold around the back of the supporting left leg, and we're going to bring both legs in towards the chest. I'm keeping my head down. I'm not lifting up into an ab curl. Okay. And then if you think when you're in this position of doing a tiny anterior tilt of the pelvis, you might get a deeper stretch through the glute and the hip through this lifted side. Okay, so just breathe there into that stretch. Don't force anything there. How are we all doing? Stay there. I'm just going to have a quick little check. That's it. So make sure the knee that's crossed is facing out to the side. Open that hip before you bring the legs in. And then bring the legs down and switch legs for me. That's it. So cross left ankle over right knee. That's the one. Open the knee, keep the hips square, draw the underneath leg inwards and up. That's it. Lovely. Good. And lower down and open those legs. And just to finish with, we're going to do a few glute bridge roll-ups just to really focus on mobility. And for these roll-ups, you can either have your hands either side of the body, or if you want them out in front of the chest, just to lessen that stability and challenge yourself a little bit more. Okay, so we're inhaling, we're taking our anterior tilt. Exhale, we're going to roll up, feet are hip width apart, we're rolling up through the spine, holding at the top for a breath in, and then the exhale, we're going to roll down through the spine. That's it. Inhaling there, exhale, we're going to scoot back, we're going to roll up, pushing through the heels. That's it, make sure those legs are at ski slope. Weights between the shoulder blades, it's not onto the neck. That's it. Let's do 4 more. Exhale as we roll and peel up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, roll down. Good. Rolling up, scoop. Activate through the feet and the heels to drive the hips up, but don't arch the back. So stop once you're in that diagonal line and roll back. So we're peeling the spine off one vertebrae at a time and replacing it one vertebrae at a time. That's it. One more time. Okay, let's come into a full body stretch. Extend both legs away, both arms up and away. And you can arch the back here and just feel that nice full body release as we come into that stretch there. Okie dokie, come back up to seated. Okay, and we'll just take a final side stretch from here. So either knees bent, feet flat, or legs out and straight, whichever is easier, or you could cross your legs. We're just going to take one arm up and over into that side bend opening position and out the other way. Exhaling as we take the side bend, inhaling as we come through the middle. Good. One more either side. Exhale as you take the arm over. Eye line softens down to the mat. Inhale through the center. Exhale over to the other side. And we open out there. A couple of shoulder rolls to finish. Okay, so some good functional work in our squats and our lunges. 4-point core work, and then we did a little bit of side as well. Let me just finish that